Haven't shown you yet, but here's our new automatic gate opener. And just as I speak, there she is. 3 rows right here. This is all hay that I just cut. And this is where I haven't. Well, the stuff that's cut is just as tall. Hey everyone, welcome back to the farm. It's Brad with Batchelder Family Farms. Behind me you see a field, fully cut pasture, brush hogged. And over here you see a whole nother pasture that still needs to be cut. Why am I changing up what I'm doing? Because I finally get to start helping out my dad with hay season, move closer to fields that we do around our place, and actually have a little bit of time. So we're gonna go get started, get the mower hooked up, and we're gonna start cutting some hay. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. We'd greatly appreciate that. If you enjoy the video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to get notified of future videos. So let's go see what else we can get done on the farm today. I haven't shown you yet, but here's our new automatic gate opener. Seems to work every time. Before I head over to the neighbors, which I just got everything hooked up. If you can't tell, I'm a sweaty mess. It is humid and it's not super hot, but it's really humid. Getting the mower hooked up, the hay mower, is actually easier than the brush hog, getting the brush hog hooked up and unhooked. But you can see our house, and then on the other side, you see that tree line. Just on this side of the tree line is our neighbors that we cut for hay every year. But before we go over there, wanted to check in on our new miniature heifer. I think the kids have named her Royal. I was gonna ask Sawyer to confirm, but she went back to the house on the Ranger, so it's gonna be up to me to introduce everybody officially to Royal. There's Mama coming out of the jungle. So why have we left this grass tall? We've intentionally done it. Last fall, Cody Newman and I took out, there was a barbed wire fence here. This is the area where our new corral is gonna go. But that property goes into my neighbor's, and I don't have a fence up, so not too worried about the cattle. The donkeys and Tricky, leave it tall, they stay out of it, and really don't have to worry about the fence right now. Don't want to put up a new fence when I would have to take it down pretty quickly, because we are gonna put up a corral. But it is kind of hard to find the little one right now, so let me get in there and see what we can find. And just as I speak, there she is. I need to come out and put some fly dust on the bigger ones. She's starting to get some flies on her. Oh, going back in to find her mama. But she is tiny. Just to give you some reference, her head comes just above my knees, maybe a little bit higher, about halfway between my knees and my hips. And with shoes, we'll call it 5'10". I'm 5'10". But she's a tiny one. She is really small. I'd say she's probably between, I mean, if she's 40 pounds now, she's a few days old, so if she's 40 pounds, that would probably be on the high end. But there's Miss Royal. I've seen her nurse multiple times. I've gone in. She doesn't let me come up and pet her. Here, I'll come in and I'll show you. But she does, I can catch her. Hey, baby. Yeah, she just wants to go to Mama. Speaking of Mama and all her sass, there she is. She's looking way more Longhorn than Highland. She did have a nice puff of hair. Some of that's thinned out a little bit, but she's been a great mama so far, so that's all we can ask for. We definitely know who the dad is. There he is, Mr. Darth Vader. So they're doing well. Let's get this tractor started up, get it over, and start cutting the first field of hay for me this year. I'm usually cutting hay Memorial weekend, helping my dad. It's one of my favorite things. Did that every summer growing up. Loved cutting a field, whether mowing, raking, baling, whatever combination we did together. I've really missed that. I don't know where all the time has gone, but haven't been able to do it this year, so I'm excited to do it. And I know this week Dad will be up and either help me with the kids or rake or help bale, whatever it is. He's actually down finishing a field right now, finishing baling a field, so we can get the rake and the baler up here. But I'm going to go ahead and mow right now. Just stopped and closed the gate. That way Darth and Doris and the other three didn't get out. The hardest things for me to cross here with the mower, you can see how wide it is. We have this creek, or I don't even know if I'd call it a creek. This is really the first time all year it hasn't had water running through it, maybe a babbling brook. But we have this culvert and water has washed away a lot of the sides here, so I've got to be really careful. Trying to figure out, quite a few years back we had some concrete that we just dumped extra. I put some cinder blocks down there. I don't know if that's the answer or not, but it's kind of the same story on both sides. We lose, geez, probably 3 feet on this side. You can tell it did the same thing, left a tree root there. This tree was growing way over. We just had to cut the whole thing down. But would really like to figure out some way to make almost a little retaining wall so I can put concrete or gravel or something, so we have a wider path to drive through there. It's not just a narrow little passing. Right now, putting down maybe the wing on this mower, and that way when I get to the field, I am ready to go. So this wing, if it was down like this, would not have fit through the gate behind me, so I've got to put it down. I've got the backs flipped, so whenever I raise the hydraulics up, there's one on both sides, will come down. This one's down as well, so I should be all ready to go there. Got everything hooked up, everything looks good. Should just be time to mow. Check in on our little man Curly over there and Rocky. I actually got to the other side of the gate and I was like, oh shoot, I wanted to put more hydraulic fluid in the tractor. So came back up, got the jug of hydraulic fluid, and this little guy came over to say hi to me. He's looking really good out here enjoying some grass in the yard. And this guy, if everything goes well, everybody makes it okay, the plan is for one day, Curly, and you can see Royal up there nursing right now. It's kind of hard to tell, it's a little dark, but she's right there. Royal and Curly have a baby one day. So we're probably a good 3 years from that happening. So we got a lot of time to talk about it, but that would be the plan if everything goes well for those two to one day have a baby, and I can't wait. Super excited to see what that thing would look like. What do you think about it, huh? Be a big brother? Taking a break. This is kind of what it looks like when we refill it. Put the funnel in, hydraulic fluid. The gauge is down here. So just kind of keep my eye on that. I have had the tractor running, so I'll get it up to that red line you saw. Using the Harvest King for the tractor. We bought a bunch in bulk a couple years back, or a year back, I guess about this time last year. So we're still going through that. So take the 5-gallon bucket, dump it in there until I get to that red line and get started. All 5 gallons just covered up the red line. Perfect. As we get mowing and I get running the tractor, it'll actually increase in there, but that's right where we want to be. Alright, let's try that again. I had a hydraulic line that I didn't grease. There we go. All right. Getting ready to start on this field. You can see how thick it is. It is extremely thick. And then there are 2 more fields that I'll hopefully get into today. Wanted to stop real quick and talk about, one, why it's taken so long with hay this year. It's actually been a really good thing. We've had so much rain here. We need, typically, if we're in July, a lot of times we can cut hay on a Monday and then turn around on Tuesday and rake it, and maybe even Tuesday at late afternoon, bale it because it's so dry. Well, we're here right at the end of July now, and there are fields, this one I'm getting ready to show you, that we will cut on a Monday, let's say, and we can't rake it on Tuesday because it's still too green. Then we'll rake it on Wednesday and then bale it Thursday afternoon. So this time of year, it's typically 2 days and we can be done from cut to bale. Well, right now, it's 4 days. And it is taking a long time to get all of it done. So one of the reasons I haven't been able to help my dad is by this point, we're usually, and even into June sometimes, he would be able to be baling a field and I could be cutting the next field, getting ready if there's days without rains, but it hasn't been like that. So take a look at the field I'm in right now. Neighbor's field, I did fertilize this, but this row, these 3 rows right here, this is all hay that I just cut. And this is where I haven't. Well, the stuff that's cut is just as tall. I mean, this is, I don't know if you can see my arm, but it is a good length of my arm from what you can see on my arm up to my fingertips. So hay is super thick, especially where it's been fertilized or we've fertilized. That's a great problem to have. No complaints. Just, it's a reason why, one of the reasons why it's taking so long to get hay done. Getting ready to call tonight. Got 2 of the smaller fields done. Had to stop in the middle, go do some deliveries, but then the tractor kept overheating on me. So I'm gonna let it cool off, check all the fluids, do all that tomorrow. And we'll pick back up and do the bigger field tomorrow. One of the great things about mowing hay at your neighbors is you get to look at your own beautiful animals all day while you're doing it. What's up, guys? Or girls, and Chief and Big Red? You're not gonna come over and see me? Nope. Just gonna stand there and look at me. Wondering what I'm doing coming up from this side of the fence? The other nice thing about the tractor, going to do the deliveries and the tractor overheating, is I gotta have my big little helper Reese come with me. So last couple hours she rode around the tractor with me while we were finishing up the fields and drove the Ranger field to field, so we didn't have to go track it down. So we're gonna call tonight. Did you have fun? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she likes spending time in the tractor with me, and so do I. So we hope everyone stays well, and
we'll see you back here real soon.